Good day. Imagine the crown jewels rattling, palace phones screaming, and aides spilling their tea in pure panic. Because that is exactly what insiders claim happened when whispers about King Charles and his ongoing cancer challenge slipped past the palace gates. Not a trumpet-blowing announcement, not a neatly pressed statement, just a quiet leak that landed like a thunderclap in royal land. The kind that makes you sit up, blink twice, and say, "Well, that escalated quickly." Quick favor before we dive deeper. If you are enjoying this kind of sharp, no-nonsense royal gossip, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. It costs nothing, takes a second, and keeps you in the loop. Thank you if you did. Now, back to the drama. Now let us be very clear. None of this is confirmed in bold palace ink. This is gossip, heavily whispered, fiercely debated, eyebrow-raising gossip, but it is the kind that refuses to stay quiet. According to royal watchers, King Charles has been quietly battling a cancer challenge since early 2024, discovered during what was described publicly as a routine medical procedure. The palace assured everyone he was fine, spirits high, carrying on, classic royal move. Smile, wave, reassure, repeat. But here's where it gets interesting. Behind those stone walls, the story was allegedly far more complicated. Sources claim treatment plans stretched longer than expected, scans were repeated, and calendars were quietly shuffled. Public appearances reduced, engagements shortened. Ever noticed how the king sometimes looks like he's running on low battery, even when the smile is switched on? Royal watchers noticed. They always do. And then came the so-called leak, allegedly from someone deep inside the royal medical circle. A document that was never meant to leave a locked drawer suddenly became the most talked about file in royal gossip circles. Treatment timelines, ongoing monitoring, words like manageable but persistent. Not exactly the fairy tale version of royal resilience, is it? Here's the real twist. This is not just about one man's health. This is about the entire system built around him. Because when the monarch sneezes, the Constitution catches a cold. If King Charles is facing a long-term health challenge, even a controlled one, it raises quiet but serious questions. How much can he do? For how long? And who steps in if he needs to step back? Cue Prince William, waiting in the wings like a perfectly tailored understudy. Royal insiders gossip that his role has already expanded behind closed doors. More briefings, more international focus, more preparation than ever before. Nothing announced, nothing confirmed, but plenty implied, like storm clouds gathering without a single drop of rain yet. What really rattled the palace, according to chatter, was not sympathy from the public, it was curiosity. Once people sensed something was being managed rather than shared, the mood shifted. Social media lit up. Old footage resurfaced. Clips slowed down, zoomed in, analyzed frame by frame like a royal detective series. Suddenly, every pause, every stiff step, every shorter appearance meant something more. And let's talk about the timing. This all unfolds in an era where silence looks suspicious and privacy is mistaken for secrecy. The monarchy has always survived on controlled mystery, but now mystery doesn't age well. Transparency is the new currency, and the palace is not exactly known for handing out receipts. Here's where gossip turns philosophical. Some say the leak, if real, was an act of conscience, others betrayal. A few even whisper it was strategic, a way to slowly prepare the public without a dramatic announcement. Because let's face it, a sudden royal health emergency would be far more destabilizing than a slow drip of uncomfortable truths. Inside palace walls, aides are rumored to be split. Traditionalists want the old rule: say little, show strength, carry on. Modernizers argue the public deserves honesty, especially when the monarch's role affects government, diplomacy, and national stability. It's not just about compassion, it's about trust. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla has reportedly gone into full support mode, publicly calm, privately furious, if gossip is to be believed. Furious at the breach, furious at the speculation, furious that something so personal slipped beyond control. Because once the narrative escapes, you don't chase it, it chases you. Across the Commonwealth, the ripple effect is already whispered about. In Australia, Canada, and beyond, commentators are quietly asking whether this moment pushes Republican debates back into the spotlight, not out of disrespect, but out of realism. If the crown is vulnerable, the system around it must be ready. And yet, despite all the tension, something unexpected has happened. Public sympathy. Donations to cancer charities reportedly surged. Messages of support flooded royal social accounts. Even critics paused the sarcasm. Because beneath the crown, beneath the protocols, there's still a human being facing something millions face every year. That's the irony of this entire saga. The secrecy aimed to protect strength may have hidden humanity, and humanity, it turns out, is not weakness. It might be the monarchy's strongest card in a modern world. So what happens next? Gossip suggests a more personal address from the king could be coming. Not dramatic, not detailed, just honest enough to reset the narrative. Prince William continues stepping forward, quietly, steadily, like a man preparing without rushing fate. And the palace, once shaken, is now adapting, reviewing, tightening, rethinking. This is not the fall of the monarchy, but it might be a turning point, a reminder that crowns don't make anyone untouchable. And in an age where secrets rarely stay secret, silence can be louder than truth. One leaked whisper has changed the tone forever, and from here on, every move, every smile, every absence will be watched a little more closely, because once the curtain shifts, it never quite falls back into place. Thank you for watching.